Kieran, Lady Captain Anne, ladies and gentlemen. Hope I got that all right. I think anyone who has reached the age of 97 is entitled to stay seated and to ask their son to do the honours. I'm obviously delighted to do so on behalf of Dad, and thank the club very, very warmly for bestowing this great honour and privilege on him. He and I and the rest of the Dickson family are absolutely delighted and could not be more proud. Our branch of the Dickson family has been in County Tyrone since the early 18th century, and in Dungannon since about 1830. And from what Kieran has just said about mine and Dad's various forebears, you probably think that we've never done anything here except play golf. Well, that's not quite true, and you will all, I know Dad as someone who successfully navigated a linen business through very difficult economic times. He's a pillar of the Presbyterian Church. He's a governor, chairman of governors, has been chairman of governors of the Royal School, a Rotarian, and many other distinctions in and around Dungannon. Now, Kieran has stolen a bit of my thunder with some of the forebears, but as he said, my great-grandfather, Tom's grandfather, James, was a founder member of this golf club in 1891, when it was just 9 holes and located in Dungannon Park, which was a short walk from their home in Milltown. The best golfer at that time, though, was not James, but his brother Thomas Dickson, this Tom's great uncle, who was a member of Dungannon, we've established, and also County Down. And in 1893, he was the first winner of the Irish Close Championship, which was something, as a family, we are extremely proud of. And less heralded is that the following year, he actually got to the final and was the runner-up. He was also, incidentally, responsible for the building of the 9-hole course at Banbridge. This is Thomas Dickson. And his red golf jacket is a feature of one of the cabinet displays at RCD today. It was said of him, he was a great sportsman. He was a brilliant tennis player, he was a great shot, he was good at cricket. And my brother assures me that there is a quote attributed to him that if you taught him a game in the morning, he would beat you at it in the afternoon, which is a nice thing to say about anyone. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. Now, I have vivid recollections of my own grandfather, Tom's father, T.C.H. Dickson. He was not a particularly, well, I was going to say not a very competitive golfer, but he actually, after the First World War, where he was awarded the MC, he more or less gave up golf after the First World War. And I don't have many childhood recollections of him talking much about golf, although he did win the Tyrone Cup. I was interested to see from Robert's researches that he's one of the first trustees of this club, that he was captain in 1912, and that he was president for all that time, between 1941 and 1963, which is a pretty impressive stint. So Lorraine, you've got a way to go. Now, this Thomas, my father, is certainly an excellent golfer, and an opponent that anyone was and is happy to take the money off. Isn't that right, Colin? His lowest handicap, I think, was 6. And although he was not what today you would call a pot hunter, he won the Tyrone Cup, and he was runner-up in the Auchnacloy Putter, an event that I remember vividly as a child, not only because of Dad's great delight in this achievement, but also mixed with slight disappointment, because I remember him coming home about lunchtime, having posted a great score and thinking he might have been in the money in the winner, and then going back later in the day to find that somebody had come in with a slightly lower score and pipped him. I'm sure this is an experience that a lot of us have had, but that was a wonderful childhood memory for me. Dad, incidentally, was captain of Dungannon Golf Club's Towns Cup team, I think it was, when a young Darren Clark started emerging on the scene. And I also remember, as a youngster, Dad saying very firmly that this guy was going to do great things in the world of golf, long before actually other people even around here were saying that. So he could have had another career as a talent scout, I think. Nothing has given Dad more pleasure over the years than playing his... nothing has given Dad more pleasure here over the years than playing his regular Saturday midday. I think it was always 12 o'clock they teed off with his friends, and it's wonderful to see Colin here, but I particularly remember Noel Madden, Dr. Tommy Campbell, and others who were among his regular golfing group. Or he would love simply to pop out for a few holes with my mother, Rosemary, or indeed with me when I was back on 1 or 2 visits from England. Mum, as you know, was a former lady captain and a lady president in the days when we had lady presidents, and she would be delighted to think that there is just a president, and the president of Dungannon is a lady like Lorraine. Dad taught me how to play golf on this golf course when it was just the original 9 holes. Some of us still refer to the new 9, but heaven knows how many years ago it is. Really, coming back here on my visits was never complete without a round with him. He's been a member of Royal Portrush, as has been mentioned, since 1946. He came back from the war shortly before, and his father made him a life member for the princely sum, not probably so princely at the time, of 70 guineas. But he has always been part of, I think, and felt much more at home in Dungannon. It's remarkable to think that he was captain 60 years ago this year, and that he has played golf at this club since he was a boy for more than 90 years. For the future, he tells me that he's going to go on for another 90 years, and so this is really a very bad deal for the club, because he's going to take great advantage of it. My cousin David is an international member. He lives in Germany, of Dungannon Golf Club, and of course I'm a social member and delighted to be a social member and very proud of that association. I look forward to continuing the Dickson tradition. Today's lunch and presentation to Dad of honorary membership, as I say, is a great honour for him and the family, and on his and our behalf I thank you. And I know he would like us all to raise a glass to the health and future prosperity of Dungannon Golf Club. Thank you very much.